welcome back to That's Whack.
The show where we talk about everything that's whack.
So, it's not Friday.
It's really not.
It's
what
Monday.
Day is it?
It's Monday. This is different.
It feels a little weird.
How do you feel?
Feel weird.
Why are we here?
My bones are tingling.
What the fuck?
We're here because we actually had another day off from our jobs, and we thought, why not? There's a lot of tea going on. A lot of tea's been spilt.
Yeah,
and
okay,
we thought,
let's
why not?
stop talking in the future. It's Saturday, and we both had the day off,
Today
and
is
we were just
Saturday?
hanging it out. Yes.
No, it's not. It's Friday.
No, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Yes, it's Saturday. We both had the day off. We were hanging out. We decided we were going to go to the mall and...
Spend money.
Yeah, just spend money.
And then we decided to be smarter adults, and we decided, let's go home and make a podcast episode.
Yeah, because the whole day...
To make money. Hopefully, in the future.
I know, I think we've made like a total of like 78 cents.
That's almost to $1, okay? We can round that up to $1.
There. We are getting there.
If it's above 50, we round it up to $1.
Shut up. No, but the whole day we've been talking about... Ooh, excuse me.
All the
Oh
tea.
my God.
All of Trisha's tea.
Yeah, just a bunch of like topic shit and hot shit, and I was just like, damn. We literally have a whole entire week until next episode comes out, and we have a whole bunch of shit to talk about. So let's just do an extra episode, and let's do something on Monday. And so here we are. We've got some shit we want to talk about.
And you made a really valid point too. You were like, honestly, by Friday, there's probably going to be other shit that we can talk about. So why not talk about this shit? Because like we're really into the shit that like is going on right now. So we were like, do we really want to wait till Friday? And it might not even be relevant at the time.
Well, see, and that's the thing. It's not that we have a lot to talk about, but the stuff that we have and we want to be talking about right now is just a lot of shit, a lot of content to come out of the few topics that we do have.
Yeah,
and we could talk about it for a while.
And we don't have like we're not like on the same page for it. Like you have one view and I have another, so it'd take pretty much like a whole episode. So it's like, why would we want to wait?
And you guys heard Sim tell her story in last episodes. That bitch can talk.
I enjoy speaking words.
Okay, but where do you want to start? What do you want to start with?
You start it, and I'll tell you where I don't agree with you.
Well, I don't think we're gonna I don't think we're gonna disagree on this first topic.
This first topic, probably not, but you never know.
I hope you do not disagree with me on these topics.
What's our first topic?
Goodbye, OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, no, that we agree.
OnlyFans is going away, which I honestly thought was just kind of like a troll thing online when I first heard about it. So basically sex
is not going to be okay on OnlyFans, which is what OnlyFans is for.
Was pretty much created on the back of sex workers and just for like
it's pretty much like Pornhub, except the people making the content actually get paid and not just Pornhub getting paid.
Well, so all of a sudden the statement comes out by starting October 1st, they have to ban all sexually explicit content. I don't know how to speak, so I gotta be careful. But how are you going to ban all of the content that has gotten you where you're at now? You're now this like
basically,
$billion?
Yeah.
What? So much money runs through that fucking company because of sexually explicit content, and now you're going to take that away. So there was this. So they sent out this like letter or whatever, and it said, "Do not upload, post, display, or publish content on OnlyFans that shows, promotes, advertise, or refers to sexually explicit conduct, which means actual or simulated sexual intercourse, including genital, oral, genital, anal, oral, anal.
Which is basically everything. Literally. Yeah, everything.
Actual and simulated masturbation, any exhibition of the anus and genitals of any person. So pretty much...
We're getting a little too much into the details at this point.
You know what? Basically, I wanted to get into it. All of it, but like pretty much... You can post, like, side boob and a bulge.
Basically, they're becoming Instagram.
Well, no, what they're becoming is Tumblr. And that fucking app is in the graveyard of apps that nobody follows anymore.
Insta's the same way. Like, Insta basically is like, oh my god, I see a slight itty-bitty nipple popping out of your shirt. Like, you can't... They delete your post. Like, literally, like this. They would be like, we can, like, you're not wearing a bra.
That's some BS. They wouldn't do shit.
No, they
You're
have.
Stretching.
They have. Instagram's definitely taking down a lot of people's, like, 'cause it's a white shirt and, like, the nipple is poking out. And it's not like it's a wet shirt. Instagram's deleted them.
I'm talking about your shirt.
Oh, right now, no. But obviously when I was talking about, like, I'm stretching on my shirt. But I'm using it as, like, you know, an example. But I'm saying it's a white shirt, the nipple, like, right there. So it's, like, irritating.
Nipple. But, yeah, anyways, it's all, like...
So, OnlyFans is stupid now, pretty much. Well,
and yeah, so I'm just like, how are you... Like, OnlyFans has built this business on, like, sex work. And now, apparently, they're struggling to find investors. And now they have to look at, like, the banks or whatever. Because apparently it's, like, the banks that
Which
are,
is
like,
dumb.
pulling from OnlyFans. And so now they have to change their... like guidelines
but the
so
thing
that
is, like, what's gonna be on OnlyFans now? I'm not like think about it, because you can't like what kind of videos? Any videos that you're gonna be on OnlyFans, you can't do anything.
Well, so that's what I was thinking about too.
It's just gonna be pictures. Probably
OnlyFans is gonna turn into Patreon times 2.
Pretty much.
Like now at that point,
except
what's the difference?
Just, like, pretty much, it's gonna be lingerie and talking to somebody like. How Patreon is just talking to people, isn't like you're just on a
Patreon's
computer.
Like you pay for their like Patreon, and then you get special posts, special like downloads, special like everything.
I don't know anything about Patreon. I'm so sorry.
I know things about Patreon because of The Sims and like CC content.
The only time I've ever heard of Patreon is because of Gabby Hanna.
And you get stuff.
That's the only time
YouTubers, everybody, a lot of people use Patreon for like just like a special club and like for people to give them more money for special content and extra shit.
Well, OnlyFans is gonna go to shit pretty much.
Well, that's what it's gonna turn into, and so I was like, OnlyFans now has the same fate as Tumblr. Like they're literally just gonna disappear. Tumblr got rid of all of its porn, and nobody gave a shit anymore because we were all using Tumblr for porn.
I never used Tumblr, so...
I used Tumblr when I got, like, really young, and then you were using at first for aesthetics, and so you'd go on and just kind of, like, reblog all the, like, sad, sappy pictures so that your page would look cool. And then you got older, and then you found all the porn, and then you used it for porn, and then they got rid of porn, and now it's no more. And now nobody gives a shit. Huh?
You went back to the sad, sappy stuff? Is that what you went back to after the porn went away?
No, I deleted Tumblr.
Oh, never mind then.
Just like everyone else did. Nobody just went back to what they were doing. They just deleted Tumblr. There was no reason for it anymore.
I always heard of Tumblr just because of Taylor Swift. That was it. And I used to like Taylor Swift a lot. I mean, I still like her, but still, you know.
Well, so...
she's a little cuckoo.
I was thinking, you know, they have Just for Fans, you know, which is kind of like the same thing.
That was a thing until you said that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing, really. It's just, I don't know what the difference. But so I was like, okay, well, I'm just assuming everyone's going to just switch over to them, you know, and then they'll go and do that. Well, I was literally just scrolling through Twitter, and as I was scrolling through Twitter, I saw this like retweeted post from on OnlyFans and Just for Fans creator, and he was like talking about he got like essayed by the CEO of Just for Fans. And pretty much like the poor kid, he I don't want to get like too much into detail because one, I don't have it up and I don't want to misspeak or anything, but it was really just like a form of like over abuse of power, like manipulation, like abuse of money, like the whole situation. And like this kid just got put through it, and it was like really sad. But so he spoke out on it, and so now everyone like knows about it, and so now everyone's like, not like everybody, but I've been seeing that a lot of like OnlyFans creators are now like boycotting Just for Fans. And so I'm like, well, that's in my head where I thought they were going to go. So now what the fuck are they going to do? Is someone going to create another website?
I'm sure someone would, you know?
Oh, another thing will come. Now that you
For sure.
I'm like, yeah.
Like, there's no way that there's not going to be something else.
It's always going to be around, but just hopefully,
I hope they find something good where it's like actually how OnlyFans was is like before the whole Bella Thorne fucking shit. I mean, but still after the Bella Thorne fucking shit, like sex workers actually got paid for their work, you know, like that was what I liked.
That's why I feel like OnlyFans worked out so well, is because they were doing a decent job, or at least people were doing well enough themselves to promote themselves and make enough that it was like okay. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't do it. I don't do it, so I don't know like. Well, I mean, I've had friends who
I literally have friends who've been on OnlyFans and stuff, and like especially during like the pandemic and everything. A lot of them said like they were able to pay their rents through it. They were able to do this, get a good amount of income and stuff, especially if they promoted it properly, everything and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. That's like, you know, I have friends who are strippers who are also get like, you know, making OnlyFans and stuff. And they're like, it's nice. Like you come home with an additional income and stuff, you know? And it's not like, you know, a lot of my friends who are strippers, like, it's not like they were having sex with someone else or anything. It was just like they were maybe like in their apartment and they have like a pole or something and just like doing their own content. And so they got paid for that, which is nice. So, you know, that's that.
I'm just really, really curious to kind of see what exactly is going to happen to that. And I'm actually kind of curious to see what's going to happen with Just for Fans, because I feel like that whole situation with the CEO, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck do I know? But I went to his Instagram page and the guy looks kind of scary. But that's all I'm going to say.
Looks a little scary.
But yeah, because like, I feel like that was not like something that was talked about. And I didn't check the dates of when the original tweet went out. But now I'm like, oh, everyone's talking about it because everyone's talking about this OnlyFans thing, right? Or I don't know when that came out. But that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see what happens, you know? Kind of go through and wait and see.
Okay, so now can we talk about Trisha? Because that's what I really want to talk about.
Well, the only thing I want to say is while we were out at the mall, and I kind of want to bring this up for a second. We were out at the mall and we stopped in the store. And one of the people that were working at the store was wearing the brand new, like, Yeezy slides.
They're ugly as fuck.
Let me tell you.
Kanye's laughing at you.
There is no reason to buy that shoe. There is nothing attractive about that shoe. There is nothing cool about that shoe.
Kanye made those to see if his supporters are actually loyal.
Here's what I genuinely think happened is exactly. He thought it would be funny.
He says, let me see how, let me see how much my fans support me.
A fat stack of money and then sit back and laugh at everyone because they look like fucking idiots with this whack-ass thing on their foot. And I'm like, how much are those? Those are expensive, aren't they?
They are. They're expensive as fuck.
They are ugly as shit. They were so ugly.
A lot of name brand shit is ugly, though.
But I don't get that. Like, here's the thing, is you can Where, like...
Like, literally, we went purse shopping. Look how many ugly purses there were. And they were like $1,000.
We went into Jimmy Choo, and the associate comes up to me, and she goes, "Oh my God, I love your shirt. Your shirt looks so great."
And she goes, "Yours is too."
But I was like, "Bitch, I got this at Walmart."
And I was like, "Bitch, I got mine at Target."
Like...
And then you want us to spend $800 on your ugly fucking purse.
That's
like, the size of my hand. It's
like,
the size of my hand.
And you knew everything on that bitch's body was like designer. And I'm like, I don't know what you think the shirt is. It's a nice looking shirt. But
it's like, Walmart brand.
I guarantee if I told that bitch it was from Walmart, she would have went,
"Oh."
She went, "Oh."
And she was like, "Oh my God. Like, the retro and the nice, like, the crazy prints is really in, and blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Bitch, I've had this shirt since I was 16 years old. I got it at Target. It still works. A lot of the seams are ripped.
All of my clothes pretty much come from the thrift store.
Yeah,
one,
mine too.
Because I have a hard time with, like, being okay with spending, like, $20, $30 on one fucking t-shirt. When, like, I can go to the thrift store, find some dope-ass clothes, and get, like, 5-6 outfits for $25.
I get a lot of my stuff from American Eagle because I work there.
I will say I do get... When I do go out, because I'll get a couple, like, really cool pieces to wear from the store. But it's like, I'll walk around, I'll see it, like, okay, I kind of like that. And then I'll keep walking, and I'm like, if I still thinking about it, if I still really, really want it, then I'll get it.
Like the sweater
it's
today?
Like one or, okay.
This hoodie?
I am definitely going back. It was a rip and dip sweater, but it said across all the arms and the chest. So it started
like one wrist and went all the way to, like, on top of the chest.
From wrist to wrist, like across the chest, it said, "Let's make love." And it had, like, a whole bunch of bunnies on it, and it was just this really cool, like, spray paint kind of vibe going with it. It was cool as shit, and I wanted it, and it's like $75.
Yeah, and if you know Cody, it's totally his vibe. That's the thing, so.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, but you best believe I'm going to get it.
Oh my God, did we introduce ourselves again in the beginning? I feel like we didn't. I don't remember saying I'm Sim.
We are 20 minutes into this.
I know, but I just realized that because I said your name.
Alright, that's Sim, I'm Cody. In case you didn't know, 20 minutes in, we're here.
Alright, can we talk about Trisha now? Okay. I have a lot to say about this bitch.
Before you go off, I want to say...
You'll always support her, I guess.
No. And I didn't say I'll always support her. I said I'll always follow her. Of course, because I always want to know what the fuck that bitch is doing. But no, I will say, like... Wow, God. Damn it, now you made me forget what I was going to say.
I didn't do shit. No, I didn't do shit.
No, anyways, the biggest thing was just, like, she was saying before...
Who?
Trisha.
Oh, okay.
Was saying before she went on Keemstar's podcast...
Before, like, the thing aired.
Before it aired, that she was like... Oh, I, like, confronted him. I talked about this. I talked about that. You guys are giving me hate.
Lies. All lies. She lied.
Yeah, like, don't, like, wait for the podcast to drop. Wait for the podcast to drop. Wait for the podcast to drop. The podcast dropped. We just watched it.
We literally just listened to it while eating fettuccine alfredo, which was fucking bomb. But this still, besides the point.
Like, there's not anything that she really, like, said was going to be in it that was in it. She did not question
She was the one who started a lot of the stuff.
About his girlfriend, not shit. After going off, and then she contradicted herself so much in the podcast.
Bitch is psycho. Shit. Bitch is psycho.
Yeah, go off, sis.
Okay. No, I need you to, like, literally understand, everybody. She's fucking psycho. Like, she's sitting there and she was like, with how many ever fucking TikToks she made, and was like, I literally went on the podcast to tell him that I think it's weird he's dating someone 20 years younger than him, that he won't post her, that he won't do this, that he won't do that. And then, like, none of that fucking is said on the podcast. She's like, she meets the girl who's there, and she goes, "Oh, okay, yeah. Hi, this is awkward. Okay." And sorry, just lost my voice. Lost. Anyways, then she goes, "Oh my god, but yeah, my experience was this. But I mean, like, I'm so happy for you guys. If you're happy, that's all that matters. Like, I'm so happy you're happy." Bitch, that's not what you said in your rants all over social media.
No, yeah, she was going off, and like everyone's biggest thing was the fact that she had been like, "I want to deplatform like Kim," and she's talked about deplatforming. She literally said James Charles,
and then she threw that on Ethan. And the thing where, because like Keemstar said, he was like, "Well, Ethan wants to deplatform me, whatever." No, that was Trisha who said that all the time on the Frienemies thing. She was like, "Oh, I think he just should be deplatformed. He shouldn't have a platform to speak on, blah, 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 blah." And then, like, Ethan was like, "Yeah, well, I agree because he said this much shit about my wife." Bro, he fucking talked shit about his wife. Like, why? It's okay to be mad about that. Like, if someone said anything about someone that I'm married to.
It's been, like, more than that, too. Like, way more than
well, no, it has been way more than that, too. I know, but I'm saying is, like they're making it seem like, oh, he's not letting anything go. I get it. Let bygones be bygones, but go for your family. Like that, you don't forget that shit. Like I know people who've said shit about my brother when he was like 12 years old, and it's because my brother played like tennis competitively. Like, bro, I still don't let that shit go. No, the fuck you're gonna say something bad about my brother? I'll throw rocks at you. And I'm 24. It's been a while.
I don't know. I mean, it's a hot mess though. Like, and I keep thinking she just keeps digging herself in and in and in. Especially because now, like before, I feel like she was just spewing shit, spewing, and she always spewed out so much shit where like you really couldn't keep on top of it, and you were just always watching something new that you didn't have time to go back and kind of process what had just been said.
Literally.
We ate some pasta.
It was
We ate
bomb.
some fettuccine Alfredo. It was so good. But I got the burps. But she, like, genuinely always pushes out shit. But now I feel like she's kind of backtracking too far. Now she has brought back so much previous history shit. And she's still talking about it now that...
But then now she blames everybody else.
Now she's getting caught up in all of these, like, contradictions, and now everyone's seeing it, and now it's just, like, blatantly so much in front of our faces that there's no way that we could even see it.
And that's the thing, is that's what she says.
Not see it.
She says that about, like, Ethan. She's like, the thing that I hated about it on, like, the podcast was that he'd bring up, like, shit from the past, and I don't like talking about it. But then in that same sentence, in that same fucking breath, she brought up past shit about fucking FaZe Banks and Keemstar. And then she's like, but it's okay if I do it. Like, no, bitch, if you don't want someone to bring up your past, don't bring up their past. Like, she would bring up Ethan's past, so then Ethan would be like, yeah, okay, I get it, but I changed. What about you? You did this in the past and you're still doing it. And then she'd be like, oh my god, you're attacking me, you're gaslighting me, you're doing this, you're doing that. Bitch, no. He's explaining how he changed and how you haven't. And that's all three of them sat there and they were like, oh my god, Ethan, like, just, he says one thing and then flips and says another. And, like, to a certain extent, I agree that, yes, he does play towards his fan base quite a bit. But on one level, I think that's very, very smart. That's very, very tactical that he stays on the surface with his fan base because that's how he makes money.
To stay relevant.
He stays money. Like, money making. Stays making money. I can't talk.
Stays money making.
Stays making money.
And that's the they did. They brought up, like, oh, years and years ago, he used to be one way and now he's a different way. But, like, my thing, and it's been, like, my thought processes about this for a while. Everyone was getting, like, canceled or shit on for jokes and shit that they said back in, like, 2012. And I always, like, didn't understand it because I was like, why isn't anyone seeing that all of these jokes, all of these things that are coming out are all from the same time period and all from, like, the same year or two? So why hasn't anyone kind of realized, like, wow, maybe in society that was okay at that time, so everyone was okay to be like that? Which is not saying that's okay now, but, like,
at the
back
time,
then, like, that's what everyone was
canceled.
laughing at. That's what everyone thought was funny.
Yeah.
And that's what was, like, okay.
And I didn't think that either until you said it. I literally, when you said that, I was like, damn, you are
everybody's shit came out from that time because everybody was
okay
allowing that. Everybody was making jokes about that. And then we've evolved.
Funny.
A society has continued to grow and to
be educated,
like, evolve, and now that's stopped, and everyone's stopped. And so it's because we've all grown. Like, the same people, like, I literally, like, remember seeing everybody and all my friends and people that are, like, straight advocates now, like, when we were kids, laughing at these stupid ass jokes. Well, it's not controversial, but, like, happy tree friends. And being, like, in the fucking 5th grade watching these animals just get fucking ripped apart. And, like, that was just okay. And so it's like, well, we kind of grew up pretty fucked up, but look, we're evolving and we're changing. And so you can get mad at people that was, like, doing things that was okay for the rest of everyone and that was entertaining for people.
And that's what's dumb was that, like, everyone was getting mad at that. Now. Like, all 3 of them were like, yeah, he just, like, completely switched. Like, he thought this was super cool because he was super emo-ish, gothish, whatever he was trying to get, like, with another podcaster. And he was making these kind of jokes and whatever. And then, so what? He grew up and he realized that that's not fucking funny. And now he's not like that. And they're like, and now all he does is, like, plays to his fan base. One, that's smart. He's making money. If his fan base likes to hear a certain thing, that's what he's gonna do. If his fan base likes drama, that's what he's gonna fucking do, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, he's making money.
And Keemstar were just saying...
They were ripping on him.
We don't care to grow. We want to still be douchebag assholes. And
dude,
we're proud of
Keemstar said that. Literally, Keemstar said that. He was like, I've stayed the same. I'm the same person that I was 10 years ago. Bro, that's not okay.
Like, that's not a
Grow
cool
up.
thing. Like,
it's
that's
really
not something to be proud of. Like,
you're 40 years old. Like, my parents, like, my dad used to say the same thing. He'd be like, I am the way I am. But, like, bro,
no, that's not okay.
It's not okay, but that's...
It's not cool to just be like, oh, well, that's how I am. So, like,
yeah, my dad's literally, like, he hasn't, like, leaps and bounds. He hasn't done leaps and bounds the way I wish he has. And, like, progressing and seeing the way that, you know, times are different and stuff, especially from a different country. But, like, he's in therapy, something that they never, ever thought was a thing. Like, brown dads will never go to therapy. My dad goes to therapy. He talks to his therapist regularly. He's a family therapist. Like, that I give him credit for. But I'm not going to be like... And he realizes his shit that he does. But, like, maybe 10, 12 years ago, not one time would you ever hear my dad say it. My dad used to think therapy was a hoax. He was like, you do not need to do this shit, blah, 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 right? I think majority of society thought that too. Now look at how much mental health is such a big thing for people to talk about.
And all of that is still so recent. And there's so much, like, shit that is still coming to light. Like, one of what we were just talking about, like, Simone Biles.
Simon Bowles. It's been a night, guys. I'm so sorry.
Simone Biles, and bringing so much attention to mental health now to the Olympics. Like, that was such a big thing this year that hasn't been talked about or really explained in the past years, in the past Olympics. And so that's still such, I feel like, a new thing to our society here.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna... Sorry, that honestly is what I was trying to say. Honestly, Trisha can kick rocks. Like, she was talking about... I think, like, Ethan's podcast that he brought out and stuff after getting, like, banned for a week. And he was saying, like, oh, yada, yada, yada. Like, Trisha, you know, he posted, oh, what if Gabby had mentioned and reached out, like, she wanted to be on the podcast when they had said, like, the end of Frienemies. And he goes, and, like... in respect to Trisha, I said no to Gabby. And then Trisha was like, oh, no, I think you should. I think it'd be a great idea. I think everyone should be able to have, like, a platform to speak their truth and speak their mind. But then on a video that Trisha posted and released on her YouTube channel, she talked about how, oh, well, Ethan had messaged me, like, showed me, like, oh, look, so-and-so had, like, reached out and he didn't, you know, keep up the conversation with them. in respect to Trisha. And she was like, it made me super happy because I would have been very, very devastated if that went through. And then Ethan was like, she was talking about the Gabby situation. So she literally contradicted herself. No one else posted that video. She posted it.
Oh, well, and then, that kind of ties into also, like, her opinion on Jeffree Star going on Ryland's podcast. Like, she was so upset, so hurt, so mad at, like, them for not taking down the episode with Jeffree, and then turns around and puts out an episode saying, oh my God, I am so glad that he didn't do that thing, i.e., bringing Gabby onto onto Ethan's podcast, that now she's saying like, oh, why doesn't Ethan should have Gabby onto the show.
And literally,
she would flip her shit.
I want to know how her reaction was at the fact that, like, at the end of Keemstar's podcast for, like, the Mom's Basement one, like, they literally cut her off mid-sentence. They're like, I'm so sorry to do this, but our producer has to leave. Or video, or whoever the fuck had to leave. And then the rest of the episode was Gabby Hanna. Because they did, 30 minutes with Trisha. And then, remember, Gabby Hanna was the last half of that episode.
It's not one episode, no.
Or she was coming over. That's what it was, wasn't it? She was coming over. And they basically were like, oh, I'm so sorry, you have to go. And they cut her off. And she's like, oh. And it wasn't like she was like, oh, okay, bye. She's like, oh, wow, that was really short. And she was like, oh, okay. And they're like, maybe maybe we'll have you on again. And she's like, oh, yeah, definitely. I would love to. It's like, bitch, no. What the fuck?
Well, what I genuinely think is that they were going to surprise Trisha with Gabby on there.
I think so
and
too.
Just literally have Gabby walk in. But I do feel like when Trisha started to actually bring up that she's terrified of Gabby, that she doesn't like to talk to her, the severity of why she doesn't like her, I think they were like, oh, fuck, okay, we can't,
and you could
do
hear
this. And so they were like, oh, fuck, get this bitch out of here because we have Gabby coming.
And you can hear it in her voice when she talks about Gabby.
Dude, literally.
But, that's the thing is, you can hear it in, Ethan's voice, how much he despises Keemstar. You know? It's like Trisha can only see, she victimizes herself so much. She can only see when she's in the wrong. And she always wanted, Ethan to, she was like, oh, Ethan's one of those people, he has a hard time admitting he's wrong. And it's like, no, he really doesn't. He just wasn't wrong in your eyes. That's it. In the whole situations with Trisha, he wasn't wrong. He accommodated to her a lot. I feel like FaZe and Keemstar, as much as they didn't stick up for anything, because they don't really have to when it comes to Ethan, they don't owe him anything, but, they stuck up for him a lot more, because they were even saying, they were like, oh, hey,
FaZe stuck up a lot, well, not
out of all
lot,
three of them, FaZe stuck up for him the most.
Surprisingly, you would genuinely think that Trisha would, but it was a lot of FaZe Banks.
Mm-hmm. Literally, the only thing that FaZe Banks said that was bad, which he has a right to, was the whole, Jake Paul situation of, hitting his assistant. And he was just I think the only part that I didn't agree with that was that Jake Paul was the one that made that public knowledge, not Ethan. And the way he portrayed it was that, oh, Ethan made that a public knowledge thing and was like, oh, I can't believe, he would put his hands on a female, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, that was because Jake Paul had made it public knowledge that, oh, you put your hands, allegedly put your hands on my assistant, and you didn't come out with a, rebuttal yet, because you were getting all your proof, which, he didn't do it, anything like that. They show in the video, he wasn't anywhere near her in the club, whatever. And so he made it, he kind of negated everything. But he can't be mad at Ethan for taking a headline that Jake Paul made very, very public and running with it and basically being like, damn, that's fucked up. If that happened, that's fucked up.
Right, especially with the type of show that he has.
Exactly.
That's what their show is. So, that's precious content for him to be running with. And it, you're literally on a show with a dude that does the exact same shit. Keemstar does the exact same shit. He has a
channel called Drama Alert.
Drama Alert. It's literally, does he still do that?
I don't fucking know. I don't care. But that's the thing is, like, that's the only part that I understand with FaZe and stuff, is saying that. And, like, the only part he could be mad at is the fact that he said, hey, you know, I asked Ethan and I have the receipts. Like, hey, can you please go on to your H3 podcast and say, like, hey, that never happened. I take it back. Like, if that did happen, yes, I feel this way. But since it didn't, and, you know, FaZe, like, took out all of his, like, receipts and stuff, then yes, I'm so sorry that I said this, like, a 5-minute snippet or 5-second snippet of saying, like, hey, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't have all my facts, like, you didn't do that, yada, yada, yada. That's the only thing that FaZe was like, yo, I'm pissed off about that. He didn't do that, and he said, no, man, like, you know, you got all your proof, everyone knows. And I would get that. I mean, if someone, like, I don't know, trashed my character, I guess is the right way to put it, and then would refuse to kind of, like, say, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't have all the facts, yeah, I'd be mad about that. But that's literally the only bad thing FaZe Banks said. So, FaZe, you're a great dude if you listen to this.
What? Well,
for that, no, he's not a great dude. He's not. But for that, yes, because he did stick up. Out of all of them,
that doesn't make him a great dude.
He's a great dude for sticking up for Ethan.
No, he's not a great dude.
Okay, I didn't finish my statement. He's a great dude for sticking up for Ethan. Not a great dude. For sticking up for Ethan.
But that doesn't make him a great dude.
A great dude for in that situation, yes, it does.
We're going to break. We'll be back. And we are back.
And I still think that FaZe Banks is a great person in that situation.
All right. That's Whack is officially canceled. Thanks for coming to our show. It was great while it lasted. If anyone wants to come on and start a show, please
fire me.
You're fired. You can take your half of our 78 cents and get the fuck out.
I think he's a good person in that situation.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Okay, like, listen. This is what it means.
Linda.
Don't take my shit. Listen, I think people can be good and people can be bad and all that stuff, right? So, like, okay, we can use you for an example. Oh, do you want to use me for an example?
Oh, fuck.
I'll use me for an example.
I feel like whenever you use me, I'm always the bad guy.
No. Well, use me as an example. I feel like I usually am a pretty, like, nice, caring person, right?
Oh, that's normal.
Okay. But...
Giving tree,
thank you. Yes. But there's those times that I get very, very overwhelmed, very, very, like, upset, overly upset in situations, and I can not think properly, and I'll do something that's, like, petty, like, manipulative almost in a sense, but it's just in the heat of the moment. But, like, once that emotion goes away, I'm still a good person, but in that moment, I fucked up, you know? In that moment, I said something hurtful to somebody. Doesn't mean I'm a hurtful person or a hateful person, but in that moment, I was so overcome with emotion. That's that. That's what I feel about FaZe Banks right now. I think that overall, FaZe Banks has done a lot of shitty stuff. That he is someone who has a very, like, he's there. He's just I don't know. He's an annoying man. He's an annoying boy. Okay? But in this situation, he did stick up for Ethan, which he didn't need to. And he only was factual with it. The only thing he said that he didn't like...
It's not like he stuck up
okay, no,
Ethan.
But he didn't come out with dumb shit by saying, like, oh, because you do this, I hate you. But it's
not
like
he
how
had
Keemstar...
to. I mean, he didn't have to.
Right. Keemstar was like, oh, you do this, I hate you. I was like, Keem, you do the same shit. Trisha was like, oh my god, Ethan did that. I was like, Trisha, you're Trisha. You're Trisha. You don't have any light to stand on, you're Trisha. Okay? I know, you don't like when I say that.
No, I was going to say Trisha's whole thing is drama. Like, that's how she's relevant. Right. Is drama.
But FaZe was very, like, he was very, very platonic in the whole thing, except for the one thing that had to do with him. Where he was like, I didn't like that he would not go back on his podcast and say, hey, I fucked up. I didn't have the whole story. My bad, done. He was like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. I get it. I'd be mad at the same situation. So in that situation, I think he stuck to himself. He was like, this is the only thing that I have beef with Ethan about, and that's it. He goes, but everything else, he was like, I don't really have much to say. He, like, was kind of like, I understand Keem's point of view, and Keem, okay, Ziggs can chill.
Ziggy's all up in my stuff right now.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying, is I think that FaZe in that situation was right, because he kept it pretty neutral the whole way through, except for saying, hey, Keem, you're my friend, and I support you, and I understand you not liking him. But for me, the only thing that I don't really like is the fact that he did this. He didn't go and try to go 100% like how Trish does. Trish is like, oh my God, you hate her? I hate her too. Let's all talk about how much we hate them. And I agree with you.
I feel like they all equally like kind of trashed on him. But I'm like, it's not like a stick-up thing.
I didn't think so.
I was just kind of saying.
I think FaZe was just kind of there.
It was just a very
FaZe literally called out Trish a lot more than Keem called out Trish. Keem and Trish kissed each other's ass.
I really did. They talked about shit about each other, but not like the big important shit. Just like little petty stuff
barely
that
did.
They brought up.
No, because even Keem would stop saying that it was Trish halfway through. Keem was like, and mind you, it was only 35 minutes, I get it. But Keem was like, oh, okay, so we'll take you out of it. And in the beginning, he was like, we're wrapping you guys as a whole because it was a Frienemies thing. You both were saying shit. But then he literally stopped and he's like, well, Ethan would do this. Ethan would do that. Ethan would do this. And I was like, yeah, but Trish supported it as well. Trish also talked shit about you, Keem. Trish also did this stuff. Trish also was the one who said she wants to deplatform you.
Well, hey, like, if they weren't... It was
they
definitely,
licked each other's dicks the whole time.
Anyways, next... I'm over it.
I know, because you're mad that I said nice things about FaZe Banks. I don't like FaZe Banks to begin with. Just FYI, I put that out there.
We talked this fucking shit to death.
We have. Okay, what's the next topic?
It's a little dark.
I don't like that.
It's weird. It's sad.
Oh, I kind of know what you're talking. Okay.
But it's weird. So, excuse me. Excuse me.
Cody's having a moment right now.
I'm just kidding. Okay. So, there was this man. His name is Matthew Taylor Coleman. This guy's fucked up, dude. You think Taylor you heard Coleman? Fucked up. This is fucked up. Matthew Taylor Coleman. Okay. Murderer.
The fuck?
Murderer.
What did he do? Who did he murder?
So this man takes his kids to Mexico. And then he returns by himself.
You leave his kids in Mexico? With the cartel?
Well, they found bodies in a river. And so, well, here's the thing. I'm beating around the bush. But this guy murders his children and dumps their bodies in the river to, quote unquote, save the world. Like,
what the fuck? How is killing his kids gonna save the world?
He believed that his wife had passed on the serpent DNA to his children, and that he thought they were going to grow into monsters, so he had to kill them to save the world.
Bro, that's all it took, honestly.
And literally, this man knew it was wrong, but he thought it was the only course of action that would save the world.
So why didn't he go to a state where they could medically euthanize? Why did he take it into his own hands?
Why would he go to a state that could medically euthanize? This guy's fucked up. That's not true. It's not real.
I understand that, but then that way, if he thinks like, oh, he knows it was wrong, whatever he did, blah, 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 like he can go to someone else and be like, hey, medically euthanize my kids, and they'd be like, you're fucking stupid, and they would have gotten committed, and then kids would still be alive.
True, but this guy's fucking psycho, and he just like literally takes them out to Mexico, says that he shot them with a spear gun and then left them in a river.
Did he come back and like end up telling like the authorities?
So this is where it's really sad, and this is where it's actually really fucked up. So like while he's gone, like the wife doesn't know what's happened. Like she apparently knew that he was gone, but like didn't know where they were going. He wouldn't tell her like where they were going or what they were doing, but she did say that she didn't feel like her kids were in danger. And then it wasn't until like
Are they together? Like were they husband and wife, or were they like divorced?
Husband and wife. So then it's like the next day she still hasn't heard anything, so then she calls the police and then they look on the Find My iPhone, like +1 for Apple. Find My iPhone finds their location. He's in Mexico, comes back, no kids. He gets stopped at the border because now they have like a thing out for him, and he just
a bolo.
Sure.
I learned that from Criminal Minds.
Well, so they stop him and he just like flat out says like, yeah, I shot my kids with the spear gun. Like, was just so open about it. Like, just so knew it was a bad thing.
If I'm a mom and I'm married and I have kids and my husband's like, I'm going to take the kids and not tell you where I'm taking the kids. You got me fucked up. You're not going to tell me where my children are going. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, it's definitely, like, very
I can get
strange.
it, like, say, like, oh, it's a surprise to the kids, but I'm taking them here. Like, don't tell them. Cool. The fact that she was like, oh, yeah, for sure, go ahead. I don't even know where they're going. I don't even know where you're going. Bitch, what?
I don't think that's how it was. I think, you know, at first, like, this is someone you're married to. This is someone you know. This is like, their dad.
You're
like,
going overnight. Can you imagine that? Like, it's not even like it's the day where you're like, hey, I'm leaving. I'll be back tonight. You know? It's overnight. You're going to a, like, you literally tell your wife, I'm not going to be home till tomorrow or the day after. And she doesn't ask you where you're going. Doesn't ask you where you're taking your kids.
Well, I don't think it was like, bye, I'm leaving. I'm pretty sure she just found out they were gone. Like, I doubt it was there. He was like, bye, we're out, and then dips, and she's just like, peace out. I'm pretty sure it's like she woke up or probably came home from work or was gone and then came back.
I have a psycho mother who literally texts me like 17 times while I'm out in an hour and is like, hey, where are you? Are you still over at that person's house? Are you here? So it's like, for me, I'm like,
that's a little extra.
My mom is extra.
That's extra.
My family's extra.
Yeah. But that's extra.
Okay, just saying.
Well, anyways, like...
I don't get that. That's fucked up.
Well, apparently... Hold on. I had wrote it down. He had, It was all from, like, this QAnon, like, thing, and... Do you know what that is?
No.
Damn it, I was really hoping you were aware about it, because I didn't really know a lot about it.
QAnon? I know what ANON stands for. It's anonymous.
Yeah, I thought I had wrote it down.
Oh my god, okay, wait.
I can't see it.
Did you know that BOLO stands for Be on the Lookout?
No,
That's what it is. That's when they say have a BOLO, be on lookout.
Wow.
So you have a BOLO out on this car. Be on the lookout for that car. Just FYI. I could totally be a cop.
Why do you know that?
Criminal Minds.
Or from personal experience?
I wish.
Oh my god.
I wish someone was on the lookout for me.
Shut up. No. Literally, like just an episode ago, we were talking about how you need time to yourself, bitch.
I didn't say...
Take the time.
I didn't say romantic. I'm just saying it'd be nice to be on the lookout for me.
Yeah, look out for yourself. All eyes on you. Okay. Your own eyes.
Change the topic.
Okay, next topic.
Next topic should be...
How I got a job.
Oh my god, yes.
A job, finally.
Boo Boo got a job.
Thank
we were together,
God.
So he can't say that I'm the reason that he got fired. He can also say that...
No, you were the reason I got fired.
I'm not the reason you got fired.
And you are not the reason I got hired, bitch. I'll tell you that right now.
Good luck for spending the day with me that you got a call back.
What?
It's good luck that you spent the day with me because you got a call back.
Nah, bitch. I aced that interview.
You aced all your interviews. Excuse you. You said that too. And they weren't calling you back.
Nah, this place is dope. I'm super excited. It's a really cool, like, local joint. I'm really excited.
So let all of our local listeners hear where you're working. They can come visit you.
No. No. I literally am starting tomorrow.
Cody's going to be working at...
No, but I'm super excited because holy shit,
He was going crazy. He was literally going insane.
Well, and I'm not going to lie. So, like, the first week, I was like, you know, I'm going to take it for me. I'm going to work on the show. You know, make sure I get this to exactly where I like it and to where I want it and to where I feel like it'll be decent and nice. So I wasn't really too focused on finding a job. Next week, of course, I'm going, applying. And I know I'm going to sound a little, like, stuck up or whatever. But
you know you're a good server and you knew you could get a job pretty quickly.
Well, not that, but every single job that I've gotten, I've never had to, like, call and be like, hey, like, have you got my application, or can I come in? I've always gotten a call, like just a random call, and then I've went in and gotten a job. So I've like never had to do that, and I don't like to do that.
You've been spoiled.
Yes, and I don't want to call. I hate doing that. I don't
I
know. It's like
I would call you and I'd be like,
thing.
oh, have you called them? And you're like,
no.
And I'm like,
why?
Cody, call them. And you're like,
why?
No, if they wanted me, they would have called me. And I'm like, bitch.
Because it's happened for every single job. Someone's called me. And look, it happened with this one too. They called me. I went in. I got the job. The streak continues. Because it's weird. I don't know. And let me tell you, most of the time, I end up at places that I really like. And I stay for like for a little bit, you know, a decent amount of time. But I'm just like, thank God, because I have been sitting at home for so long, and I've been getting to the point, where now, like, I don't sleep because I'm just like, what's the point of like going to bed and then like getting excited for tomorrow because I'm just going to sit there and do nothing all day.
I don't have any money to even get gas. I don't even want to just drive
around. No, I'm not kidding. There's $1.52 in my bank account right now. I'm like, I need to go to work tomorrow.
It's okay. You'll do great. I'm so excited.
I'll figure it out. You know, it's like not like I got it, and I'm super excited for you to be working. So
I want to come visit you.
I know this place looks really good. The food looks bomb. The inside was really nice. I will say it's a brewery, so that's like super cool. I'm kind of excited to work in a brewery.
So you're gonna hook it up with beer.
We'll go in there and see what's what. Like, see how it goes. Promote the show to some new people. Get some new audience in here. Yeah, I can give the stickers. Oh my god. Okay, so Sticker Mule, not sponsored. I went and bought some stickers from there, and they came out super, super cool. It's cool.
Yeah, let us know if you guys want stickers on our Instagram, official that's whack. Comment, say that you're interested in having stickers, and we'll DM you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough for today.
Yeah, but yeah, super excited. I've been going crazy here at home. I will say, though, thank God that I was able to redecorate my room before I got fired, because my room was a fucking mess and there was no structure, and I just hadn't like done it. And I had just recently been like, okay, I have an aesthetic I want to go for. I have a vibe. I know what
I like it though. I like what you've done to it.
I know it's not done. It's nowhere near done.
Well, obviously, because you kind of had a financial halt.
Yeah, but no, everything's looking really good. And I did really well. I got a bunch of cool stuff thrifted. I got this really cool shelf on OfferUp Facebook Market for $4 fucking dollars.
I thought you just said Facebook. So I was like,
$4.
Shit, I want one.
It's like this whole like wall shelf. It's so
cute, guys. It's really cute. And again, if you knew Cody, like you're dead. If you know Cody, you know it's his vibe.
Yeah, but luckily I was able to do enough where now my room is comfy and cozy and I enjoy being in it because I've spent 3 weeks in it and I'm going fucking wild. But that's it.
That's our show.
We'll still be here on Friday like normal. This isn't replacing anything. This was just a little fun extra. We may be back next Monday.
Possibly.
We're testing it out. We're seeing the waters. I don't know. It just
we'll see how the buzz does with this one.
Once a week is kind of a long time. I kind of miss you. I'm like, I want to talk to you.
I talk to you literally every day.
No, but like when we finish after like 3 or 4 days, I'm like, damn, I want to do it again.
Oh, I've never
I'm like
been
ready
like
to
that.
sit down and like talk.
Oh my god, you're pulling on my heartstrings.
So I think we need to like sit and do it some more. I think this should be a thing.
Honestly, like I have a lot going on. You have to understand that too.
Yeah, but think about it. Literally, you just said that you are.
I'll have Saturdays off.
Yep, she told me earlier today that she's gonna make it so she has to not work at all on Saturdays, or she already did it, so she doesn't have to work at all.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be my day to do school.
So then I was like, okay, cool. So we'll totally make it so that we can come and record on Saturdays on the days that you don't have to work all on days on Saturdays.
Just call it quits right now because he's on some type of fucking drug that he didn't tell me he was gonna take.
No,
the way you're talking right now.
Stop. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm living my best.
He put some happy juice in that chicken Alfredo that he made me. That's making him hyper and me tired.
No, it's so good. Chicken Alfredo.
Dude, I'm in a food coma right now. Like, I'm ready to go to bed. Do you not see me all like...
Yeah, you're like tucked in. We're trying to come up with like a background because we want to start doing videos for the show. And I'm kind of thinking, because the show's called That's Whack, we should just do
have a wacky background.
A wacky background, or just like a whack ass background, you know, just one with like no effort, just looks whack as fuck, you know. Put like a printed out picture of That's Whack and like tape it to the back and like have it so it's like hanging there and it's like not even, it's crooked and it just looks fucking fucked up.
It looks whack.
It looks whack. And you know, just make it just look whack as fuck.
Again, y'all, comment on our Instagram. Let us know what ideas you have.
Alright, that's it. We'll see you on Friday. Goodbye.
Bye, bitches.